Well, hi everybody. This is Adrian here. Welcome to another episode on this channel. This is actually the first speed painting video I make on this channel, so I have no idea how to face the first episode. In my opinion, well, I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea to just make a voiceover, and narrate a little bit of my process. I also hesitated on this a little bit as I thought it might be completely irrelevant to some people who would probably prefer to just listen to music. I don't know, but I thought it was cool. Plus, I want to speak up my techniques here, right? So, you might see me reaching out to the color wheel I have on the top right corner and just sample my own colors, because one of the main reasons I'm doing this is to avoid color sampling the original image. And in fact, you might see me reaching out to the original image and heading over there and just sampling colors, but this is mainly funded by one single reason. I just want to see how close I got to the hue or the value I chose with my chosen colors. So I would then just reach out to the color wheel again and pick the color myself. And well, so we can see here this beautiful keyframe I chose from this trailer they released on I think it was 2017, right, from World of Warcraft. It was an expansion called, I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with it, but it might be Battle for Azeroth. And well, I don't know why I like this keyframe a lot, so I took a snapshot and just dropped it here on my canvas instead of just having it as a secondary image on another screen, because by having it here on the same screen, I thought maybe it's easier to spot mistakes as I don't have to move and it's the same perspective according to my eyes. And this way I can also have the image much closer. I know I can use apps like Pure Ref, which allows you to have your this screen hovering on top of anything on your desktop, but I prefer to have it here, and I thought it was just easier for me if in case I wanted to sample colors, as I said before, just to check out if my colors were on point. So you would be surprised, try it yourself. You'll see how accurate you can become. I heard people saying like, "Whoa, Adrian, you're so good at making colors, man. It's so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you know what? I have actually no idea what I'm doing." Well, it's not like I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just didn't feel so confident about this until I tried it myself, and I realized I'm actually quite good at picking colors, sampling colors myself, not really needing any sample image. And I think this is a very important thing to do when this is something that you can learn as well when doing plein air paintings, going outside and just painting what you see. And don't base your paintings on existing images like photographs taken or other drawings, because those tend to already solve important issues like perspective and values, and it's a completely different way to do it, in my opinion. This is something I don't do very, very often, but I should really get into it. So yeah, in my opinion, I'm playing it safe here by just going over an existing image. So I don't know. It made me feel good. Made me feel like I can really do this, and yeah. So I was proud of myself of the ending result. You'll see at the end. So what I did here, the way I started is by just laying down like broad strokes. I went for this square brush. It has some nice noise, and I thought it could add some texture to it. So yeah, I started with that one, and I think I continued for the rest of the painting using the same brush all the time. It's just a square brush. It doesn't have anything else. So I started to just pick my own colors, and just keep going the same way until I got to the detail point. So the detail phase is where I mess up a little bit more by maybe overdoing some colors, and I might realize at the end, but it's not like it affects greatly the overall painting. So I think, when you copy an image like this, if you copy it to the, the exact same pixels, I don't think that's the point of studying. I call this a study, right? And to study a picture means that you will actually learn something from it. So in my case over here, all I learned was to respect shapes, to see negative spaces. And you might see it's not entirely perfect. Like, not every corner of the image is entirely accurate and loyal to the original image, but it kind of gets you to the, that's the point, to get like the overall feel of the image. So here you can see me even blurring those kind of, I don't know what those are, like tentacles, dark stuff emerging from her back. And maybe her face is kind of a mess in my painting, but the point was that I was not painting a face, right? I was trying to see the shapes, right? If I was to make a face, I would have done something completely different to this, because that's not how I paint a face usually. You go for the eyes, the nose, the mouth, plus she has a very angry expression, which I'm not really familiar with. Expressions are a weak point for me. So yeah, let's say I went for the big picture, right? So here you can see I turned the picture black and white, and this helps a lot on figuring out mistakes. You can see on the left side of the image where that tentacle is emerging from her back, it's actually darker than on the original image. That's a mistake I never figured out, but it's actually further away from her hand, and the atmosphere, according to the laws of atmospheric perspective, it should be the other way around, right? Like her forearm should be darker than that thing that's right behind it. But this was 2 years ago, and I'm managing to do it now. So I don't know why I didn't do this video earlier, but I thought it was, I don't know why, I was expecting something like to make something huge out of this video or something. I don't know, man. But I just woke up today and I said, you know what, let's not delay it anymore. I have tons of videos, tons of paintings that I've recorded, and I've never made any video about them. So it might be time, So, yeah. Well, this is almost coming to an end. I'm just finishing up, final touches, details. I'm smudging out those clouds and those tentacles to get this effect, which is actually, it has like motion blur, but I had no way to reproduce this on my painting, so I just smudged it out like it was smoky and foggy, which is actually some of the points of this, these powers she has, So yeah, overall, it was a good experience. It's always good to learn from things like these, and I should do this more often. But I hope this helped you somehow, and you learned something, just like me. And I'm gonna let you see now the original image. And here's like my painting, right next to each other. And here's the final full screen painting. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye, guys.